Hey everybody, so it is that time of the year again. I am going to give you my top 10 best films of 2023 list here in this video. These are 10 films that are personal to me. These are personal top 10 choices. This is not the Academy Awards or the Golden Globes or anything like that. These are 10 personal picks from me that I feel were the best of the year. They represent films that I feel kind of represented the most unique qualities in 2023, the best filmmaking qualities in 2023, whether it was the filmmaking or the directing or the acting or the writing or any of that stuff. Any stuff that appeals to me the most. These 10 films kind of reflect that to me the most here for 2023. So I'm going to give you my 10 picks. But before I go on with that, I do want to give some honorable mentions because we did have quite a few titles throughout 2023 that I enjoyed quite a bit. I gave good reviews to. But these are 10 films that were good. They weren't quite good enough to make the top 10 list. So let's kind of go over those really quickly. Those films were Scream 6, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Knock at the Cabin, Renfield, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Barbie, Elemental, The Creator, Five Nights at Freddy's, and Godzilla Minus One. All titles that I highly recommend that you check out. They're great films. I gave good reviews to all of those, but they weren't quite good enough to make my top 10 list here. So let's go over the films that were in my top 10 that I do feel are the best of 2023 and that are personal to me as the best of the 2023 film year. So we're going to start at number 10 or work our way up. My number one pick is my favorite film of the year when we get to that one. So at number 10, we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This is an excellent movie, and it's particularly an excellent movie in its art direction. We have so many different animation styles that are explored in this movie. We have a great Spider-Man story, a great Miles Morales story. But like I said, I think it's really the art direction that really caught my eye and my heart in this movie. Just the way that it's so many different art styles that are applied, whether it's a Leonardo da Vinci illustration or a Japanese illustration or something from India or something from a rock band or something you would see on an album for a rock band. There's just so many different unique animation, cartoon, and just illustration styles that are featured over the course of this movie. Very unique experience. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is number 10 on my list. At number 9 and ninth place, we have Gran Turismo, the new Neil Blomkamp movie. What I really like about this film is Neil Blomkamp took a true story while also kind of applying it to the video game source material, which was the Gran Turismo game franchise, meshed them together in the best possible way to give us the best possible film he could give us for that. And it was just a really effective movie. It's an effective film on racing. It's an effect on kind of what racing does for people, kind of both the good and the bad. What's good about it, what's bad about it, what are some things you're going to face in this career if you choose to go down it that are not going to be so fun. But what are some things about this career that are really rewarding, that are things that you can apply from the Gran Turismo games and apply it to real life. And the film just does it in a very inspirational way. And like I said, I just love the way that Neil Blomkamp made this movie where it's adapting the source material while also telling a true story of this racer who started out as a serious gamer and then applied those skills from the Gran Turismo games into his real life racing career, and is even one of the stunt people in the movie as well. So excellent movie. I highly recommend it. David Harbour is also very good in the film, as well as Orlando Bloom. Both are very good in the film too. Gran Turismo is number 9 on my list. At number 8, we have The Holdovers, the latest Alexander Payne film. This is an excellent movie. It's also a great movie about connecting and making sure that you don't spend the rest of your life alone. It just has so much to say about people that really need to be connected with the world and really need to kind of see things from a different light in order to appreciate it more. When Christmas is such a gathering of people kind of holiday, because the holdovers takes place during Christmas, it really kind of challenges our characters to do things that are very unique, that very much challenge the way that they live their life. Paul Giamatti, as always, gives a great performance here. I really think him and Alexander Payne are a great pairing of people too, because they did so well together when they made Sideways. But The Holdovers is such an excellent movie. It's also a very funny movie too. A lot of really great funny laugh out moments throughout. I love the movie a lot. It makes it in at number 8 on my list. At number 7, we have a film that nobody really talked about, and I really bring it up here because I think more people should see it. And it did get a release on Disney Plus and Hulu, so maybe that's why not as many people are talking about it, is because it is a streaming movie and it didn't really make it to theaters or anything. But that is the Eva Longoria film Flaming Hot. I loved this movie. It is such a great movie. It has such an inspirational narrative to it. I just love the way that Richard Martinez, who is the kind of the lead character in the movie and the person who claims to be the creator of the Flamin' Hot Cheetos flavor here in real life. I just love the way he tells the story as it is, while also kind of giving a fictional, fluffy version throughout. And I like how the film emphasizes that he's having this over characterized version of the truth. And I like how the film kind of plays it out, whether it's a black and white footage or the characters kind of going balls to the wall in the footage that they show in those moments. Just a really fun movie, a really inspirational movie. It really goes to show that you could be kind of from any walk of life, but still kind of make a difference in your own life and other people's lives just by having great ideas, having something that you bring to the table to a company that will help them grow and help them be more culturally significant, like in this case here of having a more spicy flavor in their Frito-Lay chip line. Just a really inspirational story, really fun. I really hope Eva Longoria does direct more movies because I love the way she directed this movie. So Flamin' Hot makes it in at number 7 on my list. At number 6, we have Creed 3. I absolutely love the way that Michael B. Jordan directed this film. And keep in mind, this is the 9th Rocky film that we've ever gotten. And it does not feel like the 9th installment at all. It feels fresh. I like all the fresh approaches that Michael B. Jordan took with this. I like his inspiration from anime and how it makes it into like the fighting sequences. Also, and it's really too bad Jonathan Majors is in so much trouble in real life with his court trial because he gives an excellent villainous performance here. And you really kind of understand where Damien's coming from with everything too, and kind of how he had to really work his way up. And now that he's released from prison, he kind of has to start over again, and it's really difficult. But it just has so many things that it covers throughout. I love the chemistry between Adonis Creed and his daughter, who is deaf, and kind of how she's adjusting to school and stuff like that. Really fun movie, really great Rocky film, great Creed film as well. Creed 3 makes it in at number 6 on my list. At number 5, we have another film that I feel like not enough people are talking about. For those who did see it, they seem to have a lot of really good things to say about it. And I absolutely 100% one of those people that have tons of great things to say about it. And that's Wonka from Paul King, the director of Paddington and Paddington 2. He brought all those great qualities from those earlier two movies into this movie. I'm also a really big fan of Roald Dahl. So I just love that he took something from the Roald Dahl properties, really kind of made it his own, while also respecting the source material. Wonka is just such a fun, inspirational story of, once again, kind of like Flaming Hot, starting from the ground up, really inspiring people, really kind of encouraging people to look at different ways into different things in reality here, really inspiring them to think differently on certain things. I just love the way Wonka was told. It's funny. Once again, it's a really funny movie. There's some really good jokes in it. I just love the inspiration behind it. I love kind of the entrepreneurship of the Willy Wonka character and the journey throughout. I loved Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa character. There's just so many fun things to love about this film. Wonka makes it in at number 5 on my list. At number 4, we have a film that I feel like a lot of people did see, but for those who saw it like me, we have tons of great things to say about it, and that is the film Air. I love this film. Ben Affleck once again proves that he's an excellent director. I hope he's directing more films more often here on out. This is the story of the Air Jordans within the Nike company and how Nike was struggling for a while, and the release of the Air Jordans finally got them back on track, made them the shoe company that they are today. Just has a lot to say about how this story that we probably didn't know about until now, of this thing we take for granted with the Air Jordans and Michael Jordan the person and stuff like that. Just really inspirational, a great story, a great performance from Matt Damon as always. He has another film on this list I'm going to bring up here in a little bit. Just a great film, makes it in at number 4 on my list. At number 3, we have The Little Mermaid, the new remake from this year. Absolutely love this movie. I love how Rob Marshall chose to kind of translate the animation into live action for this story. I also feel that Ariel and Eric's relationship got improved for this movie. There's even a prop that's introduced that gives more meaning to the title of The Little Mermaid. There's also more of a story behind the sunken ships we see at the beginning of earlier on in the movie of The Little Mermaid story. I just love the way it's told. Halle Bailey has a fantastic singing voice. I really hope she brings it to other films. I know she was in The Color Purple recently, the remake. Just a terrific singing voice. I really hope we see her more often in movies. I just love the way that this film is visualized. I loved how they remade this movie. I liked, once again, how they didn't just remake the story. They did find ways to kind of expand upon the Little Mermaid story and kind of bring a new perspective on things. And I really think it's a good example of how to remake a story properly. So Little Mermaid makes it in at number 3 on my list. At number 2, we have Oppenheimer. I absolutely love this movie. Going back to Matt Damon again, he gives another great performance here as one of Oppenheimer's colleagues. I'm a huge fan of Christopher Nolan. I love the way he makes his movies. I love the way he writes and directs. This is definitely a great story of somebody that really lived in history, that really kind of had to live the rest of his life with this terrible mistake while also kind of pursuing his dreams, proving that a theory could be brought into reality with this atomic bomb. He did it with everything he could. He had all the knowledge in the world to do it. But he just had his heart ripped from him for the second that they had to drop it in Japan and kill thousands of people. It's just one of those stories where Oppenheimer was framed as a murder for this because he was the creator of the bomb. But at the end of the day, as we learn in this movie, it really was kind of us, as U.S., the country, that was the bad guys. We really were in such a bad place during the war, and we were just filled with vengeance, and we wanted to be the best, and everything that was going on with the world just hurt this man, and it hurt the way that he lived, and it hurt it's just a really tragic story. And I liked how Nolan did not shy away from that. He really did want us to know that this man just could not sleep the way that all of us could today, because of the events that took place with this bomb. So Oppenheimer absolutely makes it in at number 2 on my list. Christopher Nolan is a master. I think I'm going to follow him wherever he goes. He has so many great films on his resume now. But at number 1 on my list, we have the Super Mario Brothers movie. I love this movie. For those who know me on a personal level, I've been wanting a really good Mario movie since I was about 4 years old, and I'm in my early 30s now. This is definitely everything I've ever wanted in a movie. It's a great story. It's a great adaptation of the Mario games. I thought all the characters in the film had their own little great development in a certain way. I love the way the animation was handled. I love the Peaches song from Jack Black. Jack Black definitely brought something to Bowser that I always wanted. I always thought he could bring to the character when I heard he was first announced to voice him. Just a really great, fun movie. It came out around my birthday as well, just to make things even more perfect in 2023. Just an excellent movie. I just love this film, and if you have not seen Super Mario Brothers yet, I highly recommend it, especially if you're a gamer. I think you're going to find a ton of fun Easter eggs to watch in this movie. Just an absolutely terrific film that I just cannot praise enough. It's absolutely my number 1 favorite film in 2023. So these are my top 10 films, you guys. Let me know down below what some of your top 10 films of 2023 were. Hopefully 2024 will give us a great year of film. I have an anticipated film of the year list, hopefully before this video gets uploaded here too, if you wanted to see what that's about. But let me know, like I said, down below what your top 10 favorite films of the year are, and I will see you guys here for more great videos here in 2024.